Sean Wren, who started the ball rolling. It's come down to this. 30 minutes to play for the Premiership flag. Adelaide lead by 2 points. A surging third term, and there's our scoreline. Away we go. Wren reaches over the top, goes after the ball on the ground, wrestle to the ground, and another bounce.
Dennis, the benches for North Melbourne: Anthony Rock, Martin Pike, Mark Robertson, Craig Scholl, and for Adelaide, Kim Costa, Shane Allen, Matthew Connell, and David Pittman.
What a finish. 65 to 63. Rucks go at it again. Wren helped on by Johnson. Chance for King, taken by Tyson.
It's an interesting call by Denis Pagan to start Capuano in the ruck and start McKernan in the forward line. So he's going to try and use McKernan as a marking forward, and the fresh Capuano, see if he can go and do it in the ruck.
McLeod, after Wren thumped it forward, McLeod feeds it back to Tyson, 45 metres out. What a start!
And there it was, that man again, Andrew McLeod. The ability to take possession of the ball at ground level. Have a look at the high ball, and just the way he takes control of it under pressure. Weave his way through, set up Tyson, goal.
He's a great ball in heavy. He's a great player in heavy traffic, isn't he? He wins the ball in the congested areas. He feeds it out and releases the ball to the players who are on the outside of where all the traffic is.
10-11 to 8-15. North been put to the sword, aren't they? They're a great footy club, North Melbourne. They've had all the answers for 11 weeks. Have they got it for the 12th? McLeod out of the centre. Ball going forward. Edwards held up. North need the next one. The momentum's all against them. Stevens wobbles. Rashudo did well. Then half-faked one. A dummy one. And then takes them on and takes them on again and gives it to Wren, who unloads. And it's going and going to half-forward. Archer called to play on. Archer's little kick is a good one under pressure and finds the line. We talked a lot about Archer and Smart and their capabilities for both teams. They matched up against one another in the last quarter.
His head's amazing, isn't it? Certainly in the round 21 game in Adelaide, it was Archer forward and Smart defence. They just reversed roles.
The other thing about North Melbourne, they've got a very old bench at the moment. Varney, high ball to full forward. Marsh getting himself set. McCartney in the front, belted away. Tyson's had a magnificent match. He's got Jarman loose. He's going to hit him now. Could Jarman go back and drill it? He's kicked 3. He kicked 6 last year, 5 of them in the final term at this end of the ground.
Bruce, at three-quarter time, Malcolm Blight spent a lot of time with his 3 tools, and there was a very strong body language from the players. They believe they can win this footy match.
8 points the margin, 10-11 to 8-15. They've kicked 6-8 to 2 goals since half-time, 14 shots to 2. Jarman's already played in 2 premierships, one at Hawthorn in '91 and one in Adelaide last year. Gives it all he's got. It's a beauty! He's done it! He's kicked his 4th. That is a big kick.
Well, 4 goals to our Darren Jarman. Again, in the second half, he's been the goal kicker when Adelaide had to make up a margin. I'd just be wondering from North Melbourne's point of view where they've got to think about getting Wayne Carey up on the ball at the moment. He's just not getting the ball against Caven in the second half. And I think they just need a Carey's influence up on the centre of the ground to just give it some impetus.
Well, this Crows team is like a runaway train at the moment. Can they be stopped? An important bounce for North Melbourne as we go back into the middle once again. McKernan's back on the ball. Capuano's on the bench. Peter McKenna in the southern stand.
Yes, they're getting murdered in the middle of the ground, North Melbourne, Sandy, and unless they can get on top there and get Carey getting the ball around half forward, I think you'll see him playing a lot between half forward and full forward. He's the only man who can win it for them now, I think.
Simpson tried to pluck it out of the air. Winston was tripped almost, but he plays on. They need something desperately here as Scholl's kick is wide and over the line. One behind. Mark Rashudo will bring it back into play. Straight down the middle. The Dropped short, however. David King sending North back into attack. Peter Bell. Bell is clear. 40 metres out. They desperately need a goal. Allison can't hold it inside the line. It's another behind. Behinds have been their story today. 8 goals, 17.
They've had a boot virus at that end.
8-17, plays 11-11.
Conditions still very swirly down here. The wind certainly has picked up in the last 10 minutes.
Does it favour that end, Dipper?
Not at all, Sandy.
McKernan over the top, pushes down, but straight to Bickley. Bickley looks up towards centre half forward. Robert! Yes!
Oh,
no! Says Goldsmith.
Oh.
Wow, what else has he got to do?
I'm not sure it's not a free kick.
1, 2, didn't hold it, and was it a free kick?
Gee, plenty of hands on the back of Mick Martin's head then.
Yeah. Anyway, the bottom line is a bounce, and it's Bickley again who charges them forward towards Johnson. 40 metres out.
Denis Pagan's very concerned now about the midfield running power of the Adelaide Crows. He's taken Simpson from Rashudo. He's put him onto the ball. Grant's now the half forward for the North Melbourne side. Once again, Kane Johnson getting away from Peter Bell.
One stage they were down by 24 points. This is to make the margin 18. But he's missed one behind, but he does stretch the lead. 13 points. The fans chanting Adelaide in the shed in South Australia. King on the half volley, can't take it cleanly. We've got another throw in. 8.5 minutes remaining.
And McLeod just appearing to tire in the last 5 or so minutes of this game. Stevens has been able to get hold of the ball on a number of occasions. McLeod didn't have the ideal preparation coming into this final series.
Marsh wins it down. Here's Robran and Martin. Smart in front. Freeborn's got him. He gets a kick. He gets a kick. A miraculous kick. Well, that kick just about kicked the cup in South Australia.
Well, a couple of very important goals, Nigel Smart. Got the heavy knock early in the game, and you wonder how he got it under his boot. Just a quick kick being tackled and a terrific bounce from the Crows' point of view.
Weeks on the road. What a finish to the season for Adelaide. You'll almost smell it now. Johnson into the path of McLeod. Surges away from the centre. Kicks inside the 50. Jarman inspired. He was never going to miss that.
Look of determination on his face, isn't it? He knows this game's there for the taking.
Well, this kick could almost do it. He's kicked 4 this afternoon. And the margin now is slipping out to a considerable one. South Australia holds its collective breath. Darren Jarman kicks for goal. And he's kicked it.
And he knows. He knows.
Well, it's going to be tough to get back now from North's point of view. And Andrew McLeod again, the speed out of the centre square. The way Adelaide have just opened up the spaces around the centre of the ground, and full pace, full stretch, strong hands, strong hands.
One thing he's always been able to do is kick a footy. There's been never any question about that. Denis Pagan, I don't think they can believe it. This has been a magnificent performance. Malcolm Blight is on the verge of something here with his team that is very special. This is stirring stuff. Johnson again to Bickley. High to full forward. Vardy front spot. Ball comes to ground. North have got to get it down the other end. And what about Darren Jarman for a moment? Timmy Watson, 11 goals in the last 2 grand finals. And is he going to give a free kick away? He's got to be careful here. That's silly stuff. Just nothing. No, it's going to be a boundary throw. 6 last year and 5 this year.
He's just further enhanced his reputation as a big occasion player. worth every cent it cost the Adelaide Crows to get him across from Hawthorn.
Marsh belts forward. Archer under pressure. Archer pushing forward. I remember Jarman in a State of Origin match kicking 6 from the pocket here one day when South Australia beat Victoria. He's had some big moments at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
This is hard for McKernan's pushing into the north half forward line. Now Marsh versus McCartney, the ruckman versus the key position player. Adelaide are really doing very well in this area.
4-1 the breaks. Bickley onto it. The captain written into the ground. Peter Bell, it's cues off the boot. Nigel Smart in the pocket. It's a boundary throw-in.
Now, Bruce, I think North's Achilles heel, and I feel they've only had one all year, their pace, and it's certainly been exposed this last half.
Crows had 53 handballs to North's 18 in this second half.
Marsh tries to flick it out the back. Tyson Edwards is lurking in the pocket. Can't bend it back enough, and it's out of bounds on the full. But now, time is the enemy of North Melbourne.
It's been a brilliant performance by their defence side, the Adelaide Crows, in this second half. They've shut North Melbourne down. North Melbourne have not been able to take a mark and lock the ball in the forward line, and then they've counter-attacked and they've found all the space in the world to work in.
There's Robert. They're all putting their hands up now.
On the energetic now.
Some have described Malcolm Blight as a little freakish. I don't know what he'll be in 7 or 8 minutes if they continue to do this. Robert Scott defends. But his kick falls onto the chest of the Crows captain in Mark Bickley. Bickley's on centre wing. Kicks up towards half forward. A tired but desperate North lunge at it. Martin tries to get it out towards Scott. He looks towards Freeborn. Smart's got him. They're like a road train now, the Adelaide Crows, and they've locked it up inside 50.
Well, they've had a hard preparation, the Crows, haven't they? They've travelled for the last 5 weeks, but gee, are they running the game out strong?
Under 6 minutes remaining. Pickett to Stevens. Anthony Stevens kicks back towards the middle. Carey in the pack, but beaten by Mark Stevens. Away he goes. Look at the confidence of this youngster. One bounce, runs his full distance, 70 metres out, long and low, in towards full forward, and Nigel may have spent it a little early, but he was ready.
Some irony in that. Stevens outmarking Carey in the centre of the ground.
Exactly right. Mark Stevens, of course, had 21 games with North Melbourne. Here's Archer. Finding Rock.
Margin 25 points to Martin. Rock's first possession right there. Kick through the centre square. Carey could have been interfered with. Freeborn onto the loose ball. Sweeps the hand pass forward. Bell needs to finish here. Pulls it back. Brush the post. They can't catch a break.
It's interesting when you look at the shots at goal, though, isn't it? 28 to North Melbourne, 27 to the Adelaide Crows. A real tale of missed opportunities today for North Melbourne. They had their moments in that first half when they should have been able to put the Adelaide Crows away. They didn't. They left the door open, and Adelaide have come charging through in the second half.
9-11 to 2-5 in the second half, Tim.
Inside 5 minutes now. Carey to Stevens. Off his step, sends it back in, close to the boundary line. Over on the full. And Hart. He started so well. In fact, steady all day. Chips to the numbers on the outer side. Tyson. Aided by Johnson.
In the second half, when it's going well, North kicking the ball long into their forward line works well, but today it just looks like they're kicking and hoping, doesn't it? Just no one on the end of it.
What a match Caven's having. What confidence. Tyson from one end of the ground to the other. Caven over the top to Rashudo. Back to Caven. He'll get squeezed. No, he takes Carey on and then delivers to half forward. Not a particularly good kick. Pickett takes a beauty. Sandwiched in between was Varney. The Crows are on their way to doing what the Bombers did in 84 and 85 and Carlton did earlier in the 80s. Stevens kicks to centre half forward. McKernan, haven't seen him for ages. Bickley clever to Edwards. Edwards on the left, straightening the body. Martin and Smart. Smart trapped it superbly. Handball out. They can do no wrong. Tyson Back in board to Robin. He's enjoying it now. Robin caresses the footy to Edwards, who can make it an absolute certainty. 50 metres out. It's going. He's just missed. But they are home. The Crows have done it again.
It only seems like yesterday that somebody said that nobody would win back-to-back premierships in the AFL competition. It would be done in the VFL competition. No one said it could be done in the AFL competition. The Adelaide Crows are a super team.
Archer's kick out, almost back to the centre. Kane Johnson almost throws it away. It matters not. Tyson has been sensational. Nigel Smart firing again a goal like a back-back booker. And he's done it.
Smart, 2 goals in the final term. Adelaide, the team of destiny. The benchmark now. Wren knocks it down. Bickley, Johnson. Irresistible football. McLeod, penetrating kick inside the 50. Spills back out towards the half-back line. McLeod back onto the ball. Tries to sneak away. Plenty of options. Jarman. Vardy. 20 metres out. Very sharp angle. But you can guess the result. And look at the chef. To the pit of Vardy. In doubt coming in. He's walking on air now. No sign of that bruised heel.
Well, it's a good time to play footy, Tim, isn't it? You got the grand final won. There's a minute or two to go. You can really enjoy it.
Well, I know Bruce has been saying all year that they are the super fit side. They finish games strongly. And once again today in the second half of a grand final, they absorbed a lot of body pressure and punishment in that first half. They withstood all that. They collected themselves at half-time. And they have just given a wonderful display of attacking, running, brilliant football in this second half.
15-15 to 8-20. 11-12 to 2-5 after half-time. This has been a magnificent display. This is really one for the ages. McLeod in the centre. And I think the difference between this year and last year, they've beaten a very, very, very good footy team in North Melbourne. There were a few doubts about the Saints last year. There's been no doubts about North Melbourne's pedigree going into this match. 11 consecutive wins, and they've just been completely outclassed after half-time. Rasciuto, McLeod, will he win the Norm Smith for the second time? Let's hope he does. He deserves it. Short to Johnson. We're seeing 97 all over again, aren't we?
Yeah.
As we look at McLeod and Johnson and Goodwin. Unloads to full forward. Marsh, ball comes to ground. Archer, Smart, it's all happening. Smart to the goal square. Pickett running back with it. Vardy after him. We shouldn't forget Jarman either with his 5. 4 of them after half-time. The Crows are magnificent at the moment. Handball on the up. Back to Freeboard. Back to Capuano. Oh, James, terrific stuff. Takes it beautifully to Wren. Wren to Eccles. Eccles in board. Johnson under pressure. Gone. Holding the footy. Well, you've got to make one mistake and a half of footy.
Simpson has it on half-back. Kicks back towards the middle. Strong mark taken by Blakey.
50-metre penalty over the mark.
I think the other person too that's got to take a lot of credit for the Adelaide side is their fitness coordinator, Neil Craig, himself a former champion within the SANFL.
I wonder if we kicked the first, Blakey. I wonder if you'll kick the last goal of the grand final. It will mean not much, I know, but
Could be. Just over a minute remaining. So the 50 brings him to within 30 metres. John Blakey's kick is away to the right, one fears. One behind.
McLeod's now limping quite severely.
Let's spare a thought for Ron Casey, president of North Melbourne, and has steered them through some marvellous times. Today is not going to be his day. Once again, it's going to belong to Adelaide. What a side.
And hasn't that man on screen, Ben Hart, just been magnificent?
with
Scholl fullback, then up and half-back.
When it was hot with Scholl earlier, it was a pivotal duel, wasn't it?
Yep.
94,431 fans here today. And for many of those, it'll be a very slow trip back across the border. Rasciuto is at half-back. some mightn't go back till next September. Who knows? Caven. Tucked in the back pocket. A mighty win coming up for Adelaide. And this man, Malcolm Blight.
Now that is an enjoyable walk.
The job is done. Back-to-back pennants. The ball is out of bounds on the full on the outer side. We're down to 40 seconds.
I remember you punched the air in 1990 though when you came down.
I can't remember doing it. It was so exhilarating.
I didn't enjoy that walk.
No.
Just playing out time. Caven knocks it away. Blakey hurriedly off his step. It floats down towards the pocket. Bell getting in behind the defence. Feeds it back. It comes to Grant, who snaps and misses for the high. Well, memo Adelaide. We're down to 20 seconds. Clear the streets. A parade is coming your way.
Great stuff, isn't it? Malcolm Blight, gentleman, one of the greatest footballers of all time, and now surely one of the great coaches ever. Goodwin. Hard and long. Good effort by Stevens and Pay. Boy, hasn't he enjoyed today, Mark Stevens. The Crows are home. It's ticking away. They've done what we thought was impossible. They've been to Perth, to Melbourne, to Sydney, to Melbourne, and they've come back. And the Spurs!
What a win.
They are a super football team. No question. It's endorsed its fate today. 16 of them were there last year. Jarman wins his third, and for 6 of them they win their second. Their first, I should say.
I doubt there's never been a better Premiership victory than this one. 16-team competition, 5 on the road. They go back to back. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bruce. Well, Judge, you've done it now. Back to back, the hardest in the dirt. Well played.
Oh, it's amazing dip. The first side since Hawthorn did it in the late 80s, so it was such a great side. You see today, I think we're close behind it now. Great effort.
What a great win. I mean, slow start in the second half. Everyone thought that you lost the game, but you've come back fantastically.
It was just amazing dip. You know, you hang in there. I thought North let us in the second quarter, kicked a lot of points, and we went there at half time and said, let's go and have a crack.
Well done, mate. You're starting to catch up. Well played.